Listen, Johnny may be many things, yeah, but he's definitely not a rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if it was, it'd be on that piece of paper. And that's me being straight with him. At the end of the day, yeah, it'd be a wrong, and then I say, do you know what, I won't have nothing to do, it'd be disowned from the whole family. I'm his brother, and there you go, the proof is in the pudding.
Decca, will you rematch me? You rematch me, that's all I want is the rematch. That's it, nothing else. No nonsense off, no talking shit or anything like that. But fair's fair, will you give me the rematch? You called for the rematch with DC, you didn't get it and you was frustrated, so now you know where I'm coming from. All I want is the rematch with you, Decca. That's it.
Douglas knows what the crack is. The thing is, yeah, I seen his brother not long ago.
Okay.
And listen, the scum, that's what they are. Dirty little weasels. Giving it all the big one. If he would have got out, I would have plastered him up and down around the road. So I rang up my cousin Tommy. I said, look, tell Douglas if he wants his fight, we'll fight today. One day or another, it's going to happen. And it will happen, and it'll happen my way. It'll happen in that little ring.
Okay. What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by Re-Inspire Printing and Boss Security. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the club, and hit the bell button to be notified of future content. Today, we've got a very special guest, or more than one guest. We've got a few guests in the building today. We are welcoming back Mr. Dougie Joyce, and for the first time ever, we are welcoming Mr. Dean Lynch Ward. What's going on, boys?
Back in action, eh? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
Good to get down here.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming, boys. And
I
you
appreciate
brought
it.
a little entourage with you.
Always been a pleasure.
Yeah. How's things been?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Busy.
I've seen so much on social media lately, mate.
Yeah, just doesn't stop, does it?
No. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you because you've been in the media quite a lot of recently. First of all, was it number one trending on Amazon?
Number one bestseller, yeah.
The documentary,
Yeah.
called
The Joyce Family.
The Joyce Family.
Yeah.
What was the response like?
The response, all good, positive feedback. Well, it spoke for itself. It hit straight up there to number one, 24 hours.
I still haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it. I'm going to definitely watch it.
It went wild.
Did it?
Yeah, it was trending everywhere.
Yeah, no, fair play to you, man. Honestly, I think you deserve it, mate. And it's good to get the culture out there, isn't it? Like we talked about that on
it's
the
just
last
a good
podcast.
insight, isn't it, for people to see what really goes on in the travel world.
How's the family and that? All good?
All good, thank God, yeah.
Yeah, I did see on the media as well. Talk about family members. Your wife was trending in the newspapers.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. That one was it? She's not allowed out of the house or something, is she?
Well, that's what they said.
I let her out every now and then for a treat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
ridiculous. Isn't it?
Only when it's raining.
Yeah.
That was the image they were kind of portrayed then, was it?
Of course, until you read the article, obviously, then it said different. But they've done that, Andy, to probably draw it in.
You've got to do that with headlines.
Of course you
haven't
do, yeah.
You know,
what fucking headline? Do you know what I mean? It didn't look too good to me, did it?
Yeah, no.
Control freak.
It was the comments as well. The majority of the comments. Do you think that's people just being naive or misunderstanding?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. At the end of the day, look, there's all different cultures. People have different ways and beliefs in life. So people can criticize and say whatever way they want.
Yeah.
But live your life how you're meant to live it.
I think
And we live a good life. At the end of the day, my wife has a good life with me. We got a beautiful little daughter. Yeah, big girl as well. And Dakota and Oceana, two beautiful little girls. And they have a great life. I give them everything I can give them that a father would. So people can say what they want, but obviously behind scenes, we know what the real story is.
Yeah, you was about to say something, Dean, then. What was you going to say?
I was just saying, when you're saying about the comments and stuff, like a lot of people comment, was it naive? And I think with a lot of people, it just bored them. They always want to see people fail, don't they? So that's why they put the input on there. But the reality is, if a lot of them people that leave the comments are educated, then they kind of know what's what in our culture.
No, yeah, definitely. That's bang on, mate. And that's all you'll ever see on YouTube. People would, it's more easy to say something negative than positive every single time. So yeah, no, fair play to you. And I think you handled it well. I watched a few. My missus watched them all. Like, she loves all. She's fascinated by that community. Do you know what I mean? So she said it was really good. And I can see myself the way you treat your wife and that is it's very.
It all boils down though to like jealousy, bitterness, and people don't want to see you prosper in life.
Yeah.
So the best way to get at them is just keep smiling.
Keep smiling, boys.
People only it seems to be people only support failure, don't they?
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They prey on negativity, don't they? That's why,
Yeah.
you know, if we go on YouTube and we look at an interview or a podcast or some content, it's always the negative ones that are gonna prosper. Do you know what I mean?
Because people buy into controversy, don't they? Which is just, unfortunately, it's the world that we live in.
Like I say, I don't hate anybody. I feel sorry for them.
Just say it while we're open on air. We'll never fail.
Had to get that one in there, didn't you?
Had to, Sham.
It's good to have you here as well, Dean. Obviously, the last time we had you, you know, it was you and your brother Johnny, and there was no Dean was going to come down. Obviously, you weren't there. Everyone in the comments, we can talk about the reception of that podcast because it's hit 101,000 views. But a lot of people in the comments were saying that you dropped Dean Lynch Ward like a bad habit. So
Dropped like a bad habit.
yeah, so
No, the story was, listen, there was a lot going on. Yeah, and I think the pressure got on top of Dean a bit too much because he had too much going on, problems with his missus, problems with fighting. Obviously, he was leading up to fighting Decca. He was supposed to be in a training camp and then he was getting distracted from that. So it was just a bit too much. And then obviously the show coming up again, his head just wasn't in it. There wasn't nothing getting done. And then every time I'd ask him that, and then he'd just come at me and then we sat down, had a chat and I said, Dean, what's the problem? Tell me. And he said, I just can't do it because obviously I understood because I knew it was getting up to that point. So I said, well, what's it going to be after? I won't go into too much detail, but at the end of it, so I mean, like say, I'm not falling out with you, but business is business. And he said, that's it, I'm out. So I said, are you sure that's the decision you want to do? And he went, yeah. But you know, he's come back sniffing again.
No, but we understood 3D Fight. You got to remember 3D Fight Club. Wouldn't be 3D Fight Club if I weren't there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I've got to be plain honest about it. Do you know what I mean?
Don't say that because people will be expecting Decca to be here now.
Don't worry about him. We're not bothered.
No, listen, we started from the beginning. Yeah. And do you know what I mean? Dean's been there. And even though he's not been there, but he's always there, if you know what I mean. Even when there's a show, he'll still turn up. Even if his head's not in it, he'll still turn up. But obviously, he had a lot of shit going on at the time.
It's just good to see the way it's progressed. Now, the first time we got the YouTubers not in there, that was the focal point. We had to get the views and get it attractive. Get everyone attracted to it. What you got to remember is that's the most talked about show still to this day. Do you know what I mean? So there's other organisations out there that have been going a lot longer, but everyone talks about 3D Fight Club, and now it's progressed. Obviously, there's the team. There's a different team involved now. You know, which you'll see yourself later on, and they'll give their input. But the way it's evolved now, you know, it's come on leaps and bounds. You got to remember, this is only the third showing. The first show, I mean, the YouTubers and that, that was the icebreaker. Yeah, that was the icebreaker to get them in. And like you're saying, everyone had a lot to say about it. But you know yourself, there's no bad press. I mean, look at the bad press I get. But I'm Dean Lynch Ward. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying
is, the truth is the best. Listen, we set fucking YouTube on fire.
You did.
We did. And if everyone wants to see a part 2, just tell your man in Carlisle to come back out and take the rematch.
Yeah. That's one thing I will respect you for is you did show up.
Turn up, yeah.
100%. You know what I mean? It's in me. It's in my blood. It's what I do. And it's not what I do. It's in our blood. It's what we do. Do you know what I mean? And we're one a minute.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't want to touch too much on that because I don't want to give someone as vile as that the platform, but I'd just like to have the rematch with him. We'll just kind of nip it in the bud there with that one. Yeah,
well, going back to it, like you said, you'll look back in this in years to come and you'll just laugh. You probably won't even laugh. You'll probably be proud of how this started. Yeah. It was a memorable moment in YouTube history as well. Yeah. Whether people thought it was fucking a joke, a scam, whatever they want to think. You sat here now going on to your third event. So
I mean, you got to look at it.
And just to clarify for everybody, what's let's say it was a scam, and then the comment that I read out earlier on was that now they robbed the money off the first show to pay for a bigger one and the second one. All right, then. Well, everyone got paid. Genuine fact. Bank statement says it all. Yeah. They all got paid. At the end of the day, nobody's been fucked, and that was it.
You got to look how many platforms got built off the back of what we done. We brought these guys into it, and now they built a platform.
We give them a platform. They didn't even exist, did they?
I mean, if you
don't even know who they are.
If it was a scam and a scandal, you look at the team. You've met the team, kind of. We've got around us now. I won't see much detail.
I won't be progressing the way we are now.
If it was a scam,
and number 2. We knocked it up 10 different levels from the first show. You can see the promotion, the production, the team, the new members that have got involved. Do you know what I mean? The investors, the sponsors, a completely different thing now. Now on to number 3. We're doing a collaboration with Cage Stars, and we're doing like a charity event. So it's still 3D Fight Club, but obviously we're going to give a percentage to the Ukrainians on the front line.
Oh, amazing.
To help them out, obviously the kids, stuff, because there's a lot of people that's homeless now, nowhere to live. And our little donation, whatever we donate, we're going to donate to them, and I'm going to give 25% of 3D Fight Club to them.
Oh, fair play to you.
Yeah, so that'll be getting sent over to the...
And do you know the best thing, though? You know, now you go legit. It's not go legit, but, you know, you've taken it to another level. you won't have these people, you know, getting involved. It's like that bittersweet thing, isn't it? Like
3D Fight Club's already on billboards already.
yeah, well, I've seen
global billboards, so it says
Manchester, other cities across the UK
New
as
York.
well. New York.
Times Square, it's been there.
Hey, and it hit New York on the second show. It was in Times Square.
I've seen that photo.
Yeah,
that wasn't an edit. That was a
That
genuine
was a
thing,
proper
was
one,
it?
yeah.
was genuine,
It was
yeah.
that Siggy Johnson. What's that?
Ziggy
He was going out
Johnson.
to fight, so it was a billboard with his picture on, and obviously the people that was backing him, the sponsors. So that's what they done. Put it up there, put it on, promoting him, and also
That's
promote
what you
3D
got to
Fight
do.
Club.
You got to go
Of course you do.
international avenue.
Straight in.
You know, and it'll be all that sweeter when you look at 3D Fight Club 4, 5, 6, and you look back at where you've come from.
Yeah.
That will lead me on to this question: will we see any YouTubers on 3D Fight Club
If the
again?
serious fighters, and you know, it's not about the first time, like you're saying, we had to make it a class act, but I'm on about this time round. If you know, using an example,
We'll make an exception for Jake Paul if he wants to.
you got to be realistic about it. If, say, for example,
like KSI as well. He's a YouTuber.
without naming too many people, but say, we use fighting shows as an example. If he took it serious, you know, like people who are on the YouTube platforms, like Jack Burnett from Birmingham, you know, he come back, he fought again, fair play to him, but he took it serious, you know, he trained and that. You can find a platform, you got to be a fighter, and it's not a 3D Fight Club.
for everybody, is
It's
it?
not for everyone, it's bare knuckle fighting.
No,
but
exactly.
You can't have the elite. If you looked at the last show and you had like a lot of serious fights in there, but the main event with the two Brazilian ex-UFC stars, you can't put them on a show as the main platform, then go back to make YouTubers going. They've got to be YouTube fighters. Do you understand what I'm
It's
saying?
just going to progress and get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, those professionals want to feel respected and not
course,
feel
yeah.
like this is a circus.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
And
it.
I get that.
And that's exactly what it is. So this next show that you're going to be seeing now, the fighters, they changed the different leagues of it. Do you know what I mean? MMA, bare knuckle, boxing, K1. It's all happening.
Is that what happened on the second? You said you was mixing
Yeah,
it as
mixing
well.
it. Yeah. So we've got more of a mix now. We've got three fight. No, it was two ladies. Yeah, they're fighting. So we've got women fighters, and Ukrainian ones coming. We've got 3 Ukrainian fighters coming over to fight for this charity. So yeah, it's got a good fight card.
Okay, then. So if we're going to stay on this topic quickly, I know you've got your new team here as well. Maybe if you want to get, I got questions for Az and Phil, because this is looking totally different to how it once was. So Az, thank you for coming down, mate.
Thanks for having us, mate.
How's the next event looking?
It's looking great, and I'll go back to the point. You know, this isn't a joke anymore. You know, we are now setting the foundations of something great. You know, there's going to be 12 bouts on that. And like Dougie rightly said, there's a mixture there from BKB, glove boxing, K1, MMA, both female and male. 3 of those bouts are going to be with Cage Star as well, charity bouts. You know, so we're opening this ride up now across the world. Pay-per-view with Fight TV, 56 countries are watching it. You know, the likes of Paul Kelly coming down to do the commentary. You know, we've got some big names coming. We've got some outstanding fighters on this next card as well. So it's looking good. We're in the right place and we're heading in the right direction, boys.
Looking back at 3D Fight Club 1 and 2, how do you, like, what was your thought on it originally and what made you get involved?
Well, listen, you know, the first one obviously got everyone's attention in the UK, you know. And obviously Dean took himself out for a little while. Me and Dougie had a good chat, you know. We said, how can we develop this, you know, to be taken a bit more serious with the other platforms that are out there, BKFC, BKB, these kind of, you know, these platforms, how can we do it? So we went back to the drawing board, we sat right back down, we went back to basics, you know, and we got right pen and paper, and we said, listen, let's make the foundations now. Let's build these foundations, you know, let's make them solid, and we'll build an empire. And that's exactly what we've done. We've gone right back to the start, small steps, and as you saw, the second show there was, you know, through the roof. This one is going to be phenomenal. 9th of December, Manchester Bowlers Arena. Okay, don't miss it. It's going to be absolutely outstanding.
What fight are you looking forward to on there then the most?
I should say the main event or the co-main event, but I won't. What I will say is I'm looking forward to Kieran Russell and Luke Basnett. And the reason I'm looking forward to that, for those who saw the second show, Kieran put on an absolute performance, you know. It was his debut BKB, and he had a knockout win 10 seconds against, you know, a worthy opponent. He's fighting Luke Basnett, and I'd never heard of this fella. I started putting the messages out, who can we put him against? Everyone was giving me Luke's name. So, yeah, I contacted Luke, and here he is. He's coming down. He's going to put on a hell of a performance from Liverpool. So you've got Liverpool, and you've got the South, the North and the South there. Paul Kelly speaks very highly of him. If you've not seen the build-up footage on the 3D Instagram, check it out. And it's going to be an absolute war. You know, these two are definitely 2 up-and-coming fighters for sure, 100%.
Fantastic. Really sounds exciting, don't it? And
Oh, definitely. Looking forward to it. Good fight card.
I think that's what you've needed, isn't it, Doug?
I needed the proper structure. Everything was already there. The foundation, the platform, everything. It's all the tools that sat in the box, but it's the right people to work them. Aaron, he's a great asset to the 3D Fight Club. He manages all the fighters. He's the management. He's the engine. Do you know what I mean? Keeps all the fighters, matches them. He takes all that stress, spreadsheet, everything else. Then, I say with Phil, he's the finance manager. Phil, Lord Philip.
I got a question for Phil in a minute as well.
So, like I say, Aaron, it's, do you know what I mean? It's been a godsend that he's come on the team. And since then, do you know what I mean? We've just clicked. Now the bricks are building, and that's it.
Yeah, it's just time to prove all these doubters wrong.
Like I say, it's been a busy year. Do you know what I'm saying? Look, we've had 3 shows in the 1 year. They thought it was ruled out off the first one.
To be fair, I think all the doubters have already been proven though.
I would. And do you know what's different this time around? I don't really see you on social media much. Like,
because we're too busy.
Exactly. You're doing stuff, innit? Do you know what I mean? And
it's kind of funny because when you look back at the social media, we're not there. It's like we're doing this and we're doing that.
Yeah,
all we're doing is focusing on just making money, guys. So keep watching, because when we do pop up on social media, we'll always pop up with a bang.
Yeah, people's heads are ticking, isn't they? Where are they? What are they doing? And it's exciting. Aaron, I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's going to be phenomenal. If you're on Instagram, get on there, check out 3D Fight Club Free. On their Dougie's homepage, it's got lots going on as well. Check out mine, Alpha Whiskey 2022. Check out Dean's and Phil's. There's lots of material on there. It's all 3D related stuff. So it's definitely out there. Like we said, it's on the billboards. If you're in Manchester and you haven't heard of 3D, then you're obviously not out and about. This is going to be it, Phil.
Phil, I want to ask you a quick question, because you've been down twice now. Since you've come down twice, and we haven't put your face to the name, yeah. So this is who, Doug?
Yeah, this is Phil Mayer, or as he likes the name, Lord Philip. And the face of Lord Philip.
The old man. The old man of the bunch.
And he deals with all the finance kind of things.
Yes, okay.
So that's his stress. He deals with all that side of things. And do you know what I mean? He deals with the management, the fighters. And I just stand there looking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how's the preparations been for this event?
It's been busy. It's not an easy job putting these shows on. Something, it's exciting though. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different from the norm. The different people you meet from all walks of life, I really enjoy it. Really do.
Yeah, you've got your youth back now with Doug.
Yeah.
I did tell him I said, I'll spice your life. I've done it.
He certainly spiced my life.
The flame on the back of him.
The first thing you noticed when he walked in, you said he's lost weight, didn't you?
Yeah,
that's a statement.
That's stress.
I've got one.
From all walks of life.
It's the fucking stress, man.
He's never been
I
on his
had
toes
as well. I had, and I was like...
Full 3 months was gone.
6 stone heavier.
Yeah.
No, but it's really good. Yeah, we really enjoyed it.
And this is the new kit, obviously.
Yeah.
Any sponsors you want to plug up on the 3D before we change over?
Yeah. Aaron's got all the sponsors there, aren't
Yeah. We got...
So you've got Atlantis campers, as you can see there. Do you want to stand up and show what we've got going on? Model.
Show off the good tracksuit.
It's the K-Star, the ones you were doing the collaboration with. Fantastic Ukrainian company there for a good cause.
So this is who the stuff will be going to, is the Cage Stars, and is it?
Yeah,
Cage Star.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Then
we've got a list of all different sponsors, like you see on these.
Yeah, one is helping out there. I mean, as you can see, there's something on the table there, which Doug, you'll get into.
They're just free advertising now. I wanted them to bring this anyway, because this is apparently to cure hangovers, yeah, Doug, and you're the face of this now, yeah.
I'm the face of it. It's a new partner now. I'm partners with him on the Reset, and he's also involved now with 3D Fight Club. He's going to be doing a different section of 3D, what he brings into the table. Now he's involved. So Reset. It's the future of no more hangovers, and that one's for you. You can have that one for your test.
Thank you.
You can have that one.
Try it.
I don't drink as much no more, but I still get hangovers for some reason.
Yeah, well, when you try that,
No, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay,
It's
then.
no gimmick.
What?
It's no gimmick.
No, I will if you tried them, Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair play.
Also, a very good possibility, and there's a new drink coming out, whiskey on. Yeah, I've got to get it out. I've been dying to get it out, but I've got a new whiskey coming out. Yeah, I'll be the face and the brand of it, and hopefully we get exclusive. We get it launched by the 9th, but we are launching Reset. Yeah, on the 3D Fight Club 9th as well.
Is this a prototype or is this the final product then?
That's the product, but we're bringing in a new flavour.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have a new flavour for everybody.
Fucking hell, he thinks he's on the prime, you know, don't he? Selling prime drinks and that. He's selling it
There'll
in
be a new flavour every 3 months.
Yeah, no. It looks. Do you know what? As advertising goes, like you look at that and you'd be like, "God, I want to try that." Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's good advertising.
The only option is if you don't want to try it, don't drink.
Exactly. Nah. So listen, there's something I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's from the last podcast. Your brother John come down with you. Yeah. I found him a great guy, like really respectful, really nice, and you know, I know he sat there quiet, but he's a really nice guy. Everyone was putting in the comments like he was the elephant in the room, and they were all talking about Johnny's charges.
Yeah.
So you said you would come down and set the record straight.
That's correct, yeah. So obviously he gets a lot of criticism. Do you know what I mean? They say a lot of bad things, which I don't even like using the same name, what I was saying, but obviously the charges, and he's been done for this, he's been done for that. And basically I've come down, I've got his records from the solicitor, which they can be proven, full address on there from the solicitors himself who got him off, and his record from the first day he ever got arrested. Okay. And I've sent every one of them over to you, so you can have a look. You don't need to read out all his charges. But the charge that they're all looking for, I'll let you look for it, and you can verify that with your own eyes and tell me if there's any such thing as him being convicted, done, or jailed for that dirty charge.
No, well, I've got the photos. I've had a look. There was one charge on there that it had nothing to do with rape, like they said, but they said about abusive words to a female. That was it. That was the only thing.
I think that's the worst part. Yeah, it's obviously. Yeah.
All the rest were like just like theft, big, that type of stuff. Yeah. And there was no rape charges.
Violence.
On
the fellow, do you know what I mean? He's a problem child, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's been in and out of jail all his life for fighting problems. Basically, his records is long as the roof.
How does it make you feel when people call him a rapist?
It's nice. It can be. Listen, Johnny may be many things. Yeah, but he's definitely not a rapist.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if it was, it'd be on that piece of paper, as they call it, the acro or the proof, the charge sheets, whatever. That's his full record since the fucking day he was born.
If it was true, then we wouldn't have had a leg to stand on with a Decca.
If it was true, I won't be representing him. And that's me being straight with him. At the end of the day, it'd be a wrong. And then I say, do you know what? I won't have nothing to do. It'd be disowned from the whole family. I'm his brother, and there you go. The proof is in the pudding. That's his full record. And people are still going to talk shit. But at least it's there now anyway. You've all got what you wanted. So that's it.
Yeah.
And if they want any details, Angela Taylor Solicitors, alongside Manchester. Give them a ring, tell them on behalf of me, and ask them for the records there. He's not afraid to show it, and Johnny said send them all over to everybody.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, in Johnny's defence, I think after the second week of the podcast going out, you was on holiday. You went on holiday, didn't you?
That's right, yeah.
And he said, I'll come down now, but I'll probably have to wait for Dougie to come down. He said,
he does things.
He'll just do it.
Hot temper.
Yeah.
I say, don't you be going on anything you're on. I said, I'll get it sorted for you.
From what I've seen, there's nothing on the charges to say what these people are saying.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, like fair play to you. Like, thank you for bringing him down. Like, do you know what I mean?
Problem. At the end of the day, I may have declare his name also, and at the end of the day, it's there.
Yeah,
and hopefully that's the end of it.
Yeah, well, like you just said, then in it as well, it's a bit contradictory if you're gonna disown Decca for being a nonce, and then
but then if my cousin was like you're saying, it would have been, you know.
As soon as I got said about it, he got the papers the next day. Yeah, he rang up the solicitor straight away, fuming. Obviously, you can imagine, because it's not a nice thing to be blamed of. So he's rang up the solicitor, got them all sent through. That's why I got my phone sent them over to you.
Yeah.
And that's why I said on the next podcast, we'll get it out there.
Was there anything else on the last podcast that you watched where you thought, fucking hell, I wish I didn't say that? Or was there anything?
I liked every bit of it. It was good.
It was good, wasn't it? I thought it was a good crack, you know. It was funny, you know. And obviously, I think the thing with the Douglas Doherty, where you called him out at the end, everyone that went viral. Obviously, you've got something wrong with your hand now. I don't know. What's happening with you and Douglas? Are you still going to have that fight? Or
listen.
What's happening?
Douglas knows what the crack is. The thing is, I seen his brother not long ago.
Okay.
And listen, the scum, that's what they are. Dirty little weasels. Giving it all the big one. If he would have got out, I would have plastered him up and down around the road. So I rang up my cousin Tommy. I said, look, tell Douglas if he wants his fight, we'll fight today. All in, we'll have it. Because of fuming. The things that's happened, I'm not going to get into too much detail. But anyways, he accepted it. Bang, bang, bang. We're going to have a fight. Right down to the last minute. No. Then changed goalpost again. But I said every day from there onwards, we'll have it. Because to be honest with you, I'm going to monthly destroy this man. Next fight, whenever it is, if we ever do fight again, it will be on my terms. Not as in location and all that bullshit where they can use, oh no, it's a setup. I'm not about setup. I like a good fight. And the thing is, one day or another, it's going to happen. And it will happen. And it'll happen my way. It'll happen in that little ring. So let's say if we can bang it out then and he can feel the proper force of a man. He had a fight there the other day with me brother-in-law George.
He has been looking good in his last 2 fights. So I don't know how the opponents are, but they did look decent.
Yeah, listen, George is not no fool. Fair play to the man. He went out there. He was on home leave. Yeah.
Oh, your brother-in-law.
Yeah, come out of jail, had a quick fight and gone back in. But
and how did that fight come across then? Is it just like...
Listen, I'm not going to get into too much detail. It's none of my business. Yeah, but Douglas should be ashamed of himself for what he had to have that fight for. And he knows what I'm on about. Yeah, little scumbag. So, listen, he's out there. Imagine the shame of having a fight with someone, and you know what you're fighting that person for. Now, it's not for me to say, but he knows what he was fighting for. Okay. Shameful, man. He should keep his little sausage in his pants. That's all I got to say. But anyways, cut a story short.
That's what happens when you send boys out to do a man's job, innit?
And listen, at the end of the day, he's a fighting man and he's this, he's that and the other. Yeah, well, he needs to beat a fighting man, doesn't he? Instead of shaking their hands all the time. Because he seems to like a draw, doesn't he? No, he's happy with a draw.
Yeah, well, no, but like the first...
Stop sending a boy out to do a man's job.
The most recent one I saw, it's another George one, the one before when he's like down the lane and I thought he dropped the guy twice and I think he battered him.
That fight was
you were saying like,
yeah, because
I can't believe you brought him out.
Yeah, because he's not a fighter.
Like,
he bullied him. Obviously, he's not a fighter and he said he's not a fighter. Yeah. He'd probably do more harm to you in a different sense of place, but that was just a bully job, that was.
So why do you think he wants to fight you so bad? He thinks he can beat you?
Because he wants Dougie Joyce's name, don't he? Yeah. He wants to be the man. You're never going to be the man. Dougie Joyce will always be the man. Little worm, little schoolboy. Don't worry. He'll get manners put on one of the days. Whether we bump into each other or whether we come to some sort of arrangement. Yeah, at the end of the day, as you can clearly see, my hand's out of action for a bit. But like I say, that offer still stands. But any day of the week, twice on a Sunday, and even in his own backyard. On
a serious note, though, Doug, like you've got a family, you've got kids, and I know you're trying to go, like of course, be successful. The situation that happened in the petrol station and whatever happened, like when we last spoke, that was quite dangerous. Of
course it was.
And like, having a fair fight, but wouldn't you want to just like nip it in the bud like before it does get out of hand?
The thing is with me, look. These started, they do the things, but I'll never back down from any one of them. Yeah. Do you know this? And the thing is, I'll never ever would let it go. I see them, wherever I see them, it could be in a shopping place, could be in a restaurant, and this is me speaking freely, I'll punch their face clean in for them. On site, doesn't matter where it is. At the end of the day, they involve my children, my little girl, My family is everything. Family is everything to me. Fuck with me family, I'm going to fuck you, simple as that there. So, it is what it is.
And that's a polite message if any of us see them on site.
The thing is, listen to me, I'm a family man. I'm trying to run a business, trying to get on with my life, like any other person is trying to earn a few pounds. Nobody wants trouble. Nobody wants trouble with anybody. If I could have the choice not having trouble with anybody, I'd pick that choice not having trouble with anybody. I want me family safe, and I just want to get on with life. But I'll never lie down for the likes of that dirt. Never in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dean, on to you. Next question.
If I had anything you want at me, I'm raw and uncut. I just keep it as real as it is. When it comes to them trumps, I've got nothing more to add to what Dougie was just saying. But all I'm going to say is, boys, next time you come out, make sure you do a man's job. Simple as that.
Shake the hand.
I'll go and shake Decca's.
Now, Dean.
Well, we got to talk about him. Yeah. We got to talk about him because it was one of the most talked about things.
Well, do you know what it was? So realistically, I'll just kind of sum up in a polite way.
I'm still going to ask you questions, but
you can ask me anything. You can ask me what you want, but I'll sum up in a polite way because you know what it is. I want to keep the platform clean, and we all know it's not clean.
Yeah.
So just get that one out there. So after the fight, respects you. You know the fight happened. You always got to shake a fighting man's hand, regardless of what he's, because that's what men do, and that's what we do in our culture. I asked him for the rematch. He agreed to the rematch.
There and then?
No. I asked him for the rematch. He agreed to the rematch. So we had it in the messages. So I screenshotted the messages, sent them to Doug, said the rematch is on. The rematch is agreed. Then him and the Jack Draper fight got pulled. So I said, look, when can you give me the rematch? Then he started coming up, talking with all like the malicious side of it. Remember, I'm the YouTube bad boy apparently, so everyone comes against me. And that was it. I'm not going to, what I say about him, I'm not going to say about him because, this is a clean platform today. But obviously we can do a raw and uncut about him because there's a lot more in depth what we know about him now. But like you're saying, I don't want to give him no exposure. I'll fight him any way he wants it. But all I want to say is that The day I fought him, he fought a 40% version of not right. I shouldn't have gone. He wanted to pull the fight 3 days before, right or wrong.
Yeah.
I said, because I ain't pulling no fight, I don't pull no fight, I'm a fighting one. Now, I know that his fellow countryman, what's he call himself, Danny Chris Packett, he come out and said, the fighting man comes out this week and comes out and fights and don't need 12 weeks. I didn't need 12 weeks when I called for the rematch. So let's make that one clear, Chris Packett. I didn't say I wanted 12 weeks. Decca said to me 12 weeks to get my leg better. So I said, appreciate it, thank you. So I'm being the polite guy now, but what I've realised is when you're polite to these so-called wrong-uns, I mean, look, you know, it must be something in the water in Carlisle because there are wrong-uns. And that's not every person in Carlisle, because one of our good friends was from Carlisle, said, but the ones I seem to come across are wrong-uns, you know what I mean? And like you're saying, you know...
I'm not stopping you talking. I'm going to show you something in a minute to carry on the story. I'm not sitting on
So bottom line is, next minute now, Decca's coming around trying to get his way out of the fight by certain things he was messaging over. And then what he started doing is, for some reason, he messaged a message, and on that message, what we screenshotted, we've got evidence we're going to show you now. He mentioned Dougie's oldest daughter on the message.
There you go. So you can see. So why would he mention my daughter not there? I've already messaged him numbers of times. I've put people
What's
messaging.
he in the blue? Is
You don't need to read it out.
Is he in the blue though? Is he?
Yeah,
Or?
that's him there.
Yeah, and what's so and at the bottom.
That was me in the blue, and then he's put that at the bottom.
Mention my little girl's name
With a smiley face.
I've messaged Decca numbers of times to get in touch with me, to ring me. He blocked me off social media. The dirty scumbag cunt. Oh, yeah? Mentioning my daughter. What was he mentioning my daughter for? And then putting a smiley face on it.
Yeah.
So this is what you've got to remember is we approach...
He shouldn't involve me. He should have kept his shit between him and Dean. He's took things a bit too far, and that's why he's blocked everything. But Decca, I promise you, and I promise you to God now, we'll be catching up with you very soon.
You've got to remember, so what we've said to Decca is, look, give me the rematch. So I was a 40% man there, but I've not made no excuses. I could have said this happened, that happened, this happened. There's no excuses. If you don't do what you're going to do on the day, it's your own fault. Take it on the chin. But that's what I do. I took it on the chin. As a man, I called for the rematch. As you see, I've trimmed down. You know, I'm training. I called for the rematch. The reason I called for the rematch because I know what I can do to Decca. Now what you got to remember is that was 100%. That wasn't the same version of him that fought
Danny Christie.
That was a total complete version of him. He sent a list to Dougie over of the steroids and all the supplements he was taking for me. And I just turned up with a little fat belly after a few pints. That, you know, I shouldn't have turned up, but I'm saying it really.
After the kebab.
yeah. I don't even eat them things, but yeah. No, but bottom line, Sham, that's how I turned up. And I turned up and fought. Now, what I'm saying is, I didn't get up once, I got up 3 times. So who's the man you got to watch? The man that can go down or the man that puts him down? It's the man that gets up and keeps coming at you.
I will vouch for you that, you know, before he fought Danny, he was drinking heavily because it was the weekend before he was here.
No, but that's what I was saying. I mean, you know, the week before he fought Danny Christie, he was there trying to kiss dogs and pull his dude out in pubs and so forth. You know, I understand all that, but that's irrelevant.
I'm sure somebody can confirm that.
I know we can vouch for that. But what I'm saying is, realistically, you know, and I know he's going to watch this, and I know it's in polite terms, but Decca, will you rematch me? You rematch me. That's all I want is the rematch. That's it, nothing else. No nonsense, no talking shit or anything like that. But fair's fair. Will you give me the rematch? You called for the rematch with DC. You didn't get it and you was frustrated. So now you know where I'm coming from. All I want is the rematch with you, Decca. That's it.
This is what I want to say, yeah, because everyone has had this campaign against Decca. I've met Decca and, you know, I weren't coming from a place of hate. I don't speak to him no more for certain things, yeah? But I used to think it was bang out of order how all these people would target him, go to his house. But
I don't agree with going to someone's house, so I don't agree with that.
But like even you guys were supporting him. You showed fair play to Danny Christie. You know, and you were together. Something must have happened with you guys for you to now feel this way towards Decca as well. We've be wrong.
We've had things sent to us. We've seen enough.
And we asked Decca to back it up and he won't back it up.
And he won't back it up.
So what we kind of said is, look, we're not here to build a platform on the back of Decca because we've got our own platforms. We're out the 3D, we're out there. So we're not going to build anything on the back of the Decca fight. It's just a rematch. If he wants it a private fight, it's because he keeps going on. Everyone builds a platform on the back of me. We're not interested in that. All I want to do is fight. If you want it private, no cameras. You want it cameraed, however you want it. But all I want is a rematch with Decca Heggie. That's it. That's it. For when I have the rematch with Decca Heggie, you know, I'm not made to fight heavyweights, right? But it doesn't mean I still can't beat an heavyweight. And when I went in there, you know, I've got to be realistic. My main concern was getting down and not getting back up. And then when he lamped me and I got back up, I thought, I can do that again and again and again. And this is me unfit. So that's why I called for the rematch. Now, he's a big 18-stone man. In theory, if you catch someone flush on the temple, which you did, I shouldn't have got back up if you've trained and you're as great as what you say you are. Now, I'm not saying he's not tough. I'm not saying that at all. Oh, he's definitely tough and he can motor, but technically his ability's not the best. And I do believe a fit version of me is a different fight. And he's even come out and said that himself. And he's also admitted that I caught him and wobbled him. But yeah, he won't rematch me. Fighting men will always rematch. And well, that's what I've always kind of experienced. So I'm just saying, I want that rematch. I'm calling for it. I called for the first fight. I'm calling for the second fight, and that's it.
Yeah. What was it like, you know, because you seen the Danny Christie fight, you guys fair play there, so you seen how brutal that fight was. So what was it like, you know, just before you was about to fight him? Was you confident? Was you a bit lacking in confidence on that fight?
I've never been confident for what I'm not scared to. Like, you know what it is? I'll be honest. I'm from Manchester. You don't like me, I'm what? Yeah, that's my attitude. Yeah. Now, how you got to look at it is you got to be realistic about it. If you don't want to play out in the rain, if you're scared to get wet, you shouldn't play out in the rain. It's as simple as that. Going into that fight was no different than going into the way I grew up. Do you understand? Oh, we've grew up. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, ain't nothing for me. And everyone's like, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Well, I'm not being funny. Realistically, he's getting accused of being an N. So why am I going to be scared to fight a man like that?
Yeah.
It's different if I'm fighting a superior athlete that's loved off everybody and, you know, and so forth. Then I'm going in there putting egg in my face. But I'm going against something. I'm fighting something that I'm against. Do you understand what I mean? So why was I scared of fighting him? Out to me, it was neither here nor there because I knew. I said to myself, and I said, if he don't knock me out, I'll rematch him because I knew I wasn't fit enough to get through the fight because I had too much going on. But if I would have pulled the fight, you could imagine, couldn't you? And he wanted to pull the fight. And I said, no, I'm not pulling no fight. He said, you know, and it is what it is. But guess what? You know, people can say what they can say, but people know it was a decent fight to watch. Yeah, obviously I didn't give the best account of myself, and I want a rematch. You know,
that's fair.
And that's it. Like you're saying, you know, you could see the size difference in there, but you can see a difference in me now from when I went in there.
To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to happen. Nah, he'll come up with a lot of different excuses now, like he's already tried by mentioning other people's names.
Well, if you're saying what he said, he'll probably be too scared to.
Yeah, but he's done it. To me, the way he's done it, he shouldn't have done that because I'll tell you one thing. Well, there's one. Mentioning, listen, my little child. Don't be mentioning my girl's name.
Well, there's one for you.
The thing, listen, a scumbag mate to be doing that. Yeah, but to be honest with you, that there to me was a way out for him. And then mentioning my enemies, yeah, well, I'll be with them and this, that. Be with who you want. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you bring them as well. Dougie Joyce always turns up. I will always turn up.
But realistic, look.
You know what I mean? But him, that was a card for him. Pulling out a card, basically, I'm not fighting.
So like you said, you don't think it'll happen. Fair's fair. We'll come to Carlisle and fight you then. He'll drive me to Carlisle when he's ready.
We'll make it happen.
I'll fight him in Carlisle. We'll make it happen. You don't have to come to us.
We'll make it happen.
You don't think it will, but you want it to happen.
You got to remember this, people say what they say about us. There's no shit around us. We're as straight as it comes. You know, if we've got both of us have fought over the past year. We both travelled and fought. It's not a problem. We've been to every single city, right? And we'll go to every other city. But people won't come to, they'll chat shit about us, but they won't come to our city and say nothing to us, but they do it behind screens. Like, we will turn up. That's the difference. We will go out there and we'll put it out there. It's not an issue at all. But like you're saying, just want to clear some up. I've got no issues with nobody. If you've got an issue with me, contact me. We've got a platform. I'm a fighting man. If you're a fighting man, contact me. If it makes sense, we'll do it. If it don't make sense, then I'm not interested.
Fair enough.
And that's a wrap.
How do you think it's going to end with him? Because with Decca, because he's got people going to his door. Like, is he?
Do you know what I can see? I'll be truthful with you. I'll tell you exactly what I can see. I can see something bad happening to that man. I can see him badly getting hurt. That's my thoughts on the situation. Not everybody can be wrong.
But don't get me wrong.
And I've never got on and badmouthed Decca or said anything in my life about that man. But yet he's got a lot to say behind scenes about myself. To be honest with you, he's a two-faced prick.
But you know, well, stand on something. I'll tell you one thing.
At the end of the day, just he needs to wind it in, mind his own business, and stay out of other people's lives. And don't be talking about children.
I'll tell you one thing, though, there. I say that I still don't agree with going to someone's mother's door, though. Do you know what I mean? I don't agree with that, you know, going to someone's mum's door, because if someone comes to my mum's door, it's going to be a different ballgame. It's the same way, kind of, with your man, I'll tell you that himself. But what I'm saying to you is that you should be man enough not to bring it to your mum's door at the same time. And I won't mind, it's not as if he's got bad boys turning up to his mum's door. He's just got guys that are just confronting him and just making a laugh out of him. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Well, listen, if
one day it's going to be that, though.
If that, what's his name, the fat fella turned up?
Dodgy Dave.
If Dodgy Dave could turn up at his front door and not be bothered about him, fucking anybody will one day.
Apparently.
And you got back up, is that all you got?
Do you know what I thought was funny about it, though? Dodgy Dave then was telling, you know, he was telling people how he got chased by diet chips in the car.
Yeah.
You can't even write it, can you?
Diet chips.
But like you're saying,
met him as well.
Yeah.
What was he like?
Fucking what it says on the tin.
But like you're saying as well, if anyone, you know, and if people I've got not happy with the way we do things and we put things across, you know, realistic, we're on the social media platforms, but look, we'll be honest and we'll say it openly. come to Manchester 7 days a week. We're happy to address you in a polite way. You can come Manchester, you can talk to us. You can come Manchester with your gum shield and we can swing. It's not an issue at all. You know what I mean? But clicks and views, we're past all that now.
Past it all, anyway.
Past all that.
This is just come down. I haven't seen you in a year. Obviously, you've got lots going on, and but I haven't seen you at all on social media, and it's probably for the best.
Just been busy. We're still going to be active on there, but like you're saying, we're out here and we, you know, and
you get people making a lot of fake profiles of myself.
Yeah,
like Facebook. Just to make,
you see how many Facebooks go on about me?
Just to make it clear, on Facebook, there's one there, Dougie Joyce, Irish Traveller or something like that there.
Dean Lynch Ward as well as one on Facebook.
All the four of them. All the profiles on Facebook with my name on, is not me. Just making that very clear.
You're not on Facebook, are you?
Not on Facebook. Not been on Facebook for about 2 years. There's only one profile of me, and it's on Instagram.
Well, you're doing something right then, innit? You know what I mean? Because, you know.
Do you need a work uniform? Want to start a clothing brand? Or maybe you have a football kit that needs a logo printed? Well, if I was you, I'd get in touch with the Re-Inspire Printing Company down Treforest Industrial Estate for the finest printing and embroidery in Wales. I use them for my custom-made mankini, but you could use them for t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and many, many other things.
But you know, realistically, you got to look at it and say, like, you're not on social media. We've made social media in the UK. We've put our stamp on there. And if we do come out, if the man from Carlisle decides he wants to dance again, you know what I'm asking for, then social media will blow up again and again and again. It's always going to keep blowing. Do you know what I mean? And we'll blow it up again because let's face facts. I mean, since the call out with me and Heggie, since that happened, I mean, people are trying it now and calling people out and they're trying to build it. They're not going to have the same what we've got. So it makes us special. I mean, look, I can guarantee when you put this podcast out with me and him, there's going to be about 10 videos made on us of all different input. Ebenezer and the rest of them.
Shout out to Ebenezer, bro. He's always doing videos on you.
Do you know what I love about it?
He fucking loves me, doesn't he? I think he's an undercover fan, isn't he?
Have you got a message for Ebenezer?
Ebenezer, keep up the great work.
Do you know what I think? You got to be, realistic. You got to look in.
Class.
But the funny thing is, it's like there was someone up Newcastle.
He must be making a few quid off that one.
He gets big numbers.
He's doing it. He's probably sat at home, big fat belly, eating glass, thinking he could be the kebab eating for all we know, don't he? But you thinking, there's an extra 20 quid for the kebab.
Some of them are snaky. People have done videos on me, and then people message me saying, "What's your problem with Dean Lynch Ward?" I've got no problem with him, but yet I do videos on me. But I'm just saying, look, lads. We know where you are.
They do it all for the views, don't they?
Clicks and views. I understand it. We're not in the clicks and views no more. But if you bump into me in my city, you're going to get the 30 side. We know where you are.
It's a mad community, Yeah. It's calmed down a lot, though.
Yeah, it's because we've retired.
You've got no DG, no Lazar. They're all gone,
Do you know what? It goes to show you, right? They was on there, they got nothing. As soon as we piped up on the scene, YouTube went wildfire. But like you're saying, people, if you want YouTube to come back, call your man in Carlisle, ask him to come out, give me the rematch, and YouTube will go wild again.
What, Ash McGibbons, he's gone as well now.
Well, that chicken sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I just want to sum something up about
Look.
No, we won't. Listen, there's no point getting too rude or distant.
Just for the people who are
We're not here to put people down. At the end of the day, Ash was in at the beginning doing what he's doing. I don't know where he's getting all these ideas and messages from. I won't get into too much detail that he made 3D Fight Club. He just he worked for 3D Fight Club.
He done his part though. He did do well.
He did his part.
He was a good steward.
And he was doing what he was doing. And
he was good at what he did. He was just he was like a steward on stage kind of thing. He done for what he done well. He did do his part. You can't take that away from me. When he was on his lives every night and he was putting it out there. He's right.
Listen, the thing is, no one knew Ash McGiffin. Yeah, if that's how you say his name. What's now on social media? Nothing. He's used my name and the back of my name and my network on the social media and all my contacts to I don't know. Whatever he's trying to get out of this. I don't
think
know.
what he needs to do
anyways,
is-
1 second, Ian, yeah? So, anyways, had a meet up with him the other day because there's been a lot of things that he's been saying, whether he's looking for sympathy, and I don't know. But one thing, you won't blacklist my name. Yeah, I won't be saying things about me. I'm making up stories. So I had a little meet up with him the other day, got it all on record, and that's the end of Ash. So Ash has been relieved of his duties. He said, like, in a nice way, well, I don't want to do a 3D Fight Club, whatever. Yeah, mate, crack on. And Ash, I wish you all the luck in the world, mate. Do your thing. I hope you prosper and do what you got to do. But do me a favour. Don't ever mention my name again. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I haven't got nothing.
That's respectable.
That's it. I haven't got nothing bad to say about the fella. Just crack on and do your thing, mate. But just don't mention my name again.
You know, everyone was hoping to see him in Rappool go for it, wasn't they?
That would have been funny.
Yeah, it was, weren't it? They were.
It was out there, you know what I mean? But guess what? But,
You know them all, you do, don't you, Dean?
Hey,
they all approach me, don't they? But like I said,
Dean's the next YouTube king, isn't he?
no, jokes aside, like, listen, jokes aside, look,
King
You
of
have
YouTube.
got jokes too, haven't you? Yeah. You've got a couple of jokes, like.
I'm just holding back, mate, because we've
No,
got
because
to
you have
keep
to
it
look at it,
clean.
because all he does is laugh. That's all. The famous laugh.
But like you're saying, you know, there's a lot of good things happening in the UK with bare knuckle boxing
Yes,
and 3D
yes,
Fight
that's-
Club. It's good. We just want to put out
It's
there.
all a positive side of
It
3D
is
Fight
good
Club,
to have,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you think of it, you've got like the BKB, BKFC, like Adam was saying before, and it's good to be in the UK. Why is these platforms are happening? Because it makes all the platforms competitive. Do you understand what I mean? Which helps.
Yeah, listen, we are here to do the best what we are. We're not here to take part, mate. We are, like, as the famous saying, to
you gotta
take
remember,
over.
if
We're
we-
here, and if anyone wants to collaborate with us, do you know what I mean? We're not here to try and push anybody out. Small business, big business. We're here to work with everybody. If you want to work with us, do you know what I mean? You can work with us.
Cross
If you
promotions
wanna
are out there, and
I don't know, don't want to have anything to do. No love lost with us. We're still going to keep fired up, aren't we? We want to carry on. But goes out to all associations in BKB. If you want to collaborate, we'll happy oblige.
open to offers, like you're saying, you know, when
cross
it's
promotions, the whole lot.
it's good to have that because, like you're saying, you got to remember it's on the
It's the
rise
best way
now.
in business. You know what I mean? Communicate with people. That's how you grow.
Yeah, and that's it. Like the amount of people who would probably who have tried to blacklist you and are like they've never met you. These people, they don't know what your intentions really are. Do you know what I mean? And you know, like I've met you, mate, and my preconceived judgments to how when I've met you are totally different. And I think more people need to.
Yeah.
To
But like I say, you
that.
can't make the whole world happy, can you?
Do you know what it is? Not trying to. are you?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. Like, obviously, the more you try and please people, the more something's going to come up and that's going to get said. So all you got to do is just bypass all the bullshit and just do
you know what you got
just
to
do
look
your
at as
thing.
well? If you was liked for everyone, you wouldn't grow.
No, yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? You won't grow. And
It's all the haters
All
what's
the
I was
shit
pushing me
talk
for.
is what's happening.
course,
I mean, look, we've walked down the street and they say, I've seen you in Ebenezer, and that's been asking us for the picture, so we can only thank Ebenezer and all these, you know, these
You've
channels.
had that. Swear
Yeah,
down.
me say this every week.
Yeah, they all
I've seen you in
love
Ebenezer, can we have a picture?
Hey, they all love Dean, don't
Where
they?
is this Ebenezer from, man? Do you know?
I ain't got a clue. Guess even all the
Do you know what? It'd be someone that we know. 100%.
Probably.
yeah, but we don't mind because, like you're saying, there's no such thing as bad press. Do you know what I mean? And there's no such thing as bad press at all. But like you're saying, there's certain ones that do get cheeky. And you know, if you have got genuine issues with us, just hope it's not clicks and views. Because if you're ever in Manchester, we will come and see you. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes in life, you can't get away from it, can you?
No.
People will believe what they won't believe.
Decca is so relevant because of that hate. Like it's all these people who make videos and accounts against him.
Yeah.
He's still here because people are giving him the time of day.
Of course they are, yeah.
You know, it was probably my fault for bringing him up. Well, you would have brought him up anyway, but
No, but
do you
like
see what I mean? Though, like that's what
I didn't really want to touch too much on him because you know he's always got this thing about him that we build on the back of him. Hold on a minute, he was the one that approached us and asked us to do the fight. We didn't approach
Like
him.
any other normal person,
Do
if
you know
you ask
what I
me to come
mean?
and show you fair play, I'll show you fair play.
Yeah.
Make the fight happen, that's it. So,
But like you're saying, you know, we're here and we're out here, and you know, and like you're saying, we stand. Like Decca comes to us and whatever else, and it seems we get a lot of hate. But remember, we stand for Manchester. We are Manchester. It's our own city. We love Manchester people, and we'll stand for any person in Manchester. Decca knew that, and when he comes to get the fight in Manchester, he knew because of the pull we have in Manchester. Just make it clear to everyone out there: Manchester's our city. We love Manchester. We love Manchester people, and we stand for Manchester people. And that's not just us; that's the whole team. 3D Fight Club's Manchester. It's there for Manchester. So everyone in Manchester, you know, we support anyone in Manchester. If anyone comes here in Manchester and 3D Fight Club can do anything for them, you know, we can do that for them as well. You know, and that's it. And like you're saying, you know, a lot of these people, I'm not being funny, what they want to do is instead of focusing on us, focus on their own city, their own people.
Focus on their own stuff and try and go and do something with stuff. Do you know what I mean? Spending they must have loads of money or something, or a part-time job to sit there. Too much time on YouTube.
Some of them have though, haven't they? I think like some of them got money, and this is all they want to do in there.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, just sit there. Yeah,
but we've got money, but we still don't sit there.
yeah, it's true. It's true. It's fucking true.
No, I love a break.
Would you ever take 3D Fight Club out of Manchester and
of course would. Yeah, I've already. But well, I'm in talks at the minute now. For a later stage, because obviously I got a few, but we've got something in the pipeline for basically over in Dubai.
Yeah,
so that's
sick.
in talks now, yeah. So 3D Fight
that'd be
Club.
Sick. That's where it's all happening.
Do you want us to bring 3D Fight Club to Dubai? So that'd be a big move forward. It's grown fast.
Yeah. Could you do one over the States as well, or?
Of course.
Well, everywhere really, you know.
Well, it's already advertised anyway, then it's
Times Square's already got it on,
I don't see why not. If BKFC comes to the UK, surely we can go to the
So
States.
BKFC is American then, is it?
Yeah,
It's not...
Well, fair play to do, you know, they're doing things, and that's what he's saying.
So where's Danny Christie? Is he BKFC or BKB?
I don't know if
BKFC.
Is that a big one then, is it? And
yeah.
3D will be there soon, bro. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, listen, it's climbing.
Somewhere, right?
It's growing fast.
There's no limits, is it?
What do you think, Ad? Do you really think that this got potential?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in it.
We wouldn't be doing what we're doing.
You know, I wouldn't invest in my
we didn't believe in
time,
it.
effort, and everything else in this. You know, it wasn't going to be somewhere.
You got to kind of sum up. People like Aaron's just saying, there's a lot of time that's going into 3D Fight Club. It's not just what you see here with the tracksuits and him stood there. There's a lot.
It's all about the team, the people you got with you.
I'll make a point of saying this. When I came on board, and me and Dougie had a sit down and had a chat. You know, we said there's got to be some serious changes, and that means some people have got to go, and they've gone. You know, because for me, if the team isn't right, there's no point.
No.
And I think we're in a good space now. You know, a few more people we're bringing on potentially, and you know, sky's the limit, as they say. But what I will say is a little shout out to our sponsors here. I've got a list of, which I think is, you know, is worthwhile doing, because again, they've invested their time, their effort into ourselves, and you know, they put the trust into this company. So Elmo Doors, I've already mentioned, NTX Nutrition, K-Star, who we're doing the collaboration with, Diamond Builders, the Fight TV, obviously doing our pay-per-view, Sterling Raffle, the Reset Life products you can see on the desk there, okay, the Bounty competitions, Atlas Campers, DJ Gymwear, and obviously lastly, the Blue Ivy. Okay, so again, we've got a lot of sponsors there. You know, there's no other platform who we're getting so many sponsors from.
Did you get the NXT in there?
So, you know, there's a fair bit going on.
Is it NXT in it?
NXT's in there.
Yeah, he's a great sponsor for all his protein and stuff.
So
all these people are willing to...
They're all proper people, yeah, of course, yeah.
But, you know,
good sponsors.
People only see what you see. What's happening in the background, you know, we're hundreds of messages every day from fighters, you know, from different companies who want to be a part of this.
Amazing.
You know, and it means a lot to us. But, you know, in the early stages, we just got to be, we've got to be selective on who we bring in. But we're heading in the right direction, guys, you know.
Yeah, it's only going to go right.
Yeah. And we can all have a laugh and joke about things, you know, like, but that's the bottom line, isn't it? You know, it's about making that change, and I can see it from the outside.
Serious.
Yeah.
And, you know,
it's grown fast, and the changes, like from the first show to the second one, the third one's going to be changed again. Yeah. And there's some things in the pipeline. I mean, like different ways we're going to be doing fighters, and it's going to be completely different. Every show is going to be different. Yeah. So no one's going to be able to keep up with this.
Yeah.
And there's no one else doing it. 3D, three-dimensional. There's no one else doing
what we do.
BKB, K1, MMA, glove boxing, you know, male and female in one arena. On one night.
Well, that's it. Even UFC's like mixed martial arts, but they don't do boxing. No. But they don't do...
even if there's new combat sports,
that's it.
Any new combat sport, that is one is at the... There's quite a few that even got grappling. You could have grappling in there, or do you know what I mean? Anything.
Some grapplers,
There's demand for it, you know. We'll... happily.
Would you ever go, Dan? Would you go and do 3D Fight Club?
Hey, I've got a sister-in-law there for you. What's that? hey, I'm telling you. She's
he's decent.
Yeah, she's a gold medalist in the Olympics for wrestling.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you put. Oh, is it?
Yeah, she's Ukrainian. What's that with my sister-in-law?
Fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, so
you get it on.
Will any of you? You'd come and stuck with her, trust me.
Would any of you go on there?
Would
any of you go on there?
Listen, if it was a good offer, proper.
If it makes sense.
If it makes sense, like I say, if it don't make money, it don't make sense.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And you're just going to do it for somebody, unless he's willing to dig deep.
There's offers out there. There's offers out there to fight, but it's got to make sense. You know, you can't. You get loads of people pop up. I'll fight you. The whole world will fight me. But it's got to make sense. You know, I've built a platform. I've got a platform. I've got a team around me. And if the fight makes sense, I speak to Aaron, speak to Dougie, and Phil. We'll sit down. If there's a big financial fight out there, it makes sense and it benefits not just myself but the team 3D fight. If it does benefit, we'll do it. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense. I'm a bit about what we're saying. It's the offers are out there, but the fight's got to make sense. You've got to bring something to 3D Fight Club as well. You can't just pop up with your bag, your gloves, and your gum shield and say, "I'll fight you." Do you know what I mean?
You know, if one of these trolls or something, they don't call you out to go on a fight and call you out, like, would you?
Do you know one of the trolls called out? Yeah, they want to be smart about it. Yeah, we'll just take him into the boxing gym, come down, and I'll put it on live and punch the face of him.
No, but be realistic. No,
have you not seen all these trolls there with all the boxers and like a cage fighters? There was one on the other day, a cage fighter called him. The cage fighter beasted him. He thought he could beat him, doing all the showboat, and he got plastered up and down the ring.
Well, you got to be realistic, you know.
But it's good because they think there's something that they're not, don't they, until they get in there.
If you were to get in the ring every time someone called you out, you don't have any hours in the day to get any work done.
Exactly. That's true. But you've got to be realistic there. If you've got, you can have like a guy that comes out. If he don't bring nothing to the table, that's what we're saying. It's not going to make sense. Yeah. Just because you could be a tough kid, but if you're not bringing that to the table, it's got to be worth the while.
Yeah. And, you know, it's worth making a point as well there. You know, on the last event, everyone thought there was going to be trouble. Not one bit of trouble.
No,
I never heard nothing. And every single fighter, fair play to him, you know, they did what they did in Octagon. They walked out there, they shook hands, and they had a beer afterwards. And that's exactly the space we're in. You know, do your business, but it's a gentleman's sport at the end of the day. You know, and when you walk out of the Octagon and the bell's gone, that's it. Back to normal.
Even
no grudges, nothing.
Even the after party for that was arranged for the fight, mainly for the fighters. Yeah. Boys will tell you, Aaron will tell you. The atmosphere was great.
You know, I will give a shout out. You know, we had probably the best part of 25 Hells Angels in there. Again, it was
I've seen a photo of that.
You know, and they got
great lads.
Not a single, incident. No. Nothing but respect. You know,
that's amazing. It's because of the stigma in it again. Yeah. Like it's sad as it is. You say Dougie Joyce, Dean Lynch. You know, you're gonna have that. There's been that stigma there.
Stigma, yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're gonna have stigma. You got to remember, we don't portray to be angels. You know, we know what we've done. You know, everyone's got a past. Everyone grew. You know, we grew up in the rough house of Manchester in the early days, the same as Phil. You know, and you know what I mean. We grew up in that, so you're gonna have that stigma. But you got to remember, we grew up. We had to do certain things at a certain stage of our life, but who didn't?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? We're no different from anyone else, but the reason they'll give us that stigma is because we've kind of changed it into something positive, and that's what they don't like about it. Do you understand what I mean? Don't like that. Yeah, they don't like that. So,
do you think you'll sell out the bowlers?
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some big numbers in already.
Good.
A lot of tables now. Yeah, small steps. All the VIP tables now.
It don't matter.
You got to remember, Bowlers is a big place.
I know. But
it's a big
when
venue.
You say you was doing the day, like, I think it's fair play to you, like, do you know what I mean?
Well, do you know what? For the first event, you don't even realise how much you're taking on. We just went straight in at the deep end.
Yeah.
What's the capacity there? 7,000-8,000, which is it's a lot. Do you know what I mean?
It's big, yeah. It's like the Vale Sports Arena.
What's one of the biggest capacities that before 3D Fight Club? If you look at other BKB shows, I mean, what's their biggest capacity? Probably 1,500.
Is it?
No, I was saying he's probably had they don't really get packed out. We've been to a few of them. I mean, I don't know what BKFC, but I'm not about them. I'm not about before that. So you got to remember, if you look at the likes of Phil Bowlers, it's an achievement even just to get over the halfway mark, because it's a big venue. Remember, it is bare knuckle boxing. Do you know what I mean? It's still growing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, listen, guys. I want to thank you for coming all the way down here and that. It's nice to see you again, Doug, Phil. Alan, nice to meet you, Dean.
Yeah, of course, you're welcome.
Have you got anything, like any final message you want to put out to the people who are watching? Like anything you want to say? What's going on? What are you
just everybody tune into 3D Fight Club on the 9th. It's going to be great. It's going to be a live pay-per-view, and it's definitely going to be a show not to be missed. So.
And 3D Fight Club appreciates the support of everyone else that tunes in, tickets to the venue. We even support the people and appreciate the people that are supporting their own fighters and following their own fighters' journey, that are fighting on a platform. We appreciate it all.
And a big shout out to my 4 little boys. If you're watching this, just remember your daddy loves you. Dougie, Johnny, Annie and Tyson Moses.
Thank you very much, my brother. It's good to see you always.
Can I say one more thing?
Go on.
Please, Decca.
Stay central.
The Central Club.